Hello everybody, my name is Madman, I'm a competitive Splatoon coach and analyst, and today I'm going to be talking about tier list. People might see a tier list and get the wrong idea when trying to learn from it, so I want to clear up what they're for. So let's get into the video. Tier lists are a very common form of trying to determine how viable every weapon or character in a game is. While this is a very easy to understand concept, people tend to learn the wrong things from it. A lot of people fail to recognize that tier lists are focused on the highest level of play and assume that viability affects them too. Tier lists do not affect 99% of the community, as the best thing they can do is play what they're comfortable with. In a game like Splatoon, player skill is the most important thing by far. The Japanese scene shows this off really well, having many people one-trick off-meta weapons and pushing them. We see some area cups being won by some comps with weapons like Reflux or Tri Nouveau, despite them being mid-tier at best. Something I dislike about the Western scene is that we do not seem to understand this as well, and weapon diversity is small, even at low level. Low level is way more lenient with weapons and comps. One time, a Loink was won by a Dynamo, Red Zap, Explo comp in Crab meta. However, most of the teams who fight in low level right now only have one or two off meta options and play around standard comp roles. Not only is this not needed to have half your players on meta options at this level, but also it may be worse for the comp anyways because you're not putting effort into one style. Most every low level team has a cooler option, even if they don't benefit from it or enjoy it. And the top level Western scene is even more strict for some reason. The top level Western scene is really set in stone and not willing to put in the effort to push niche comps. The most niche thing we've seen recently be pushed at top level is Dread, which is still a strong weapon. Almost every team is running Pen or Edit, a support, and 2 Slayers, which the support and Slayers are picked from a small pool of weapons. People in the Western scene need to be willing to put an effort into niches and try new styles. A lot of this video has been focused on weapon viability and niches rather than tier lists themselves. Why is that? Well, tier lists are made for players to understand weapon viability, so if weapon viability doesn't matter as much, then neither should tier list. With that being said, people still make tier lists, and for good reason too. Tier lists are not so helpful for the person consuming the list, but it does help the person making it. This may not make as much sense at first, but the main reason why is that when you're making a tier list, you need to think about and consider each weapon's strengths and weaknesses. Some weapons specialize in one thing very well, but struggle outside of it. In team building, we can work around this to help reduce its weaknesses and play around its strengths because we consider the weapon instead of assuming it's bad. Dapple Dualies right now are a strong example of this, where it thrives on short range maps and double cooler, but when it was played before outside of that, it was seen as really bad. So that's what I have to say about tier lists. They are helpful to make so that you consider weapons you maybe haven't thought about recently, but don't help the consumer improve as much. If you're interested in hearing anything else about competitive Splatoon, please let me know and I will go over it. Anyways, that's it from me today. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.